Megan Fox has now come back into mainstream attention and is trying to revive her career following her recent divorce. This has caused many to wonder what got her blacklisted from Hollywood in the first place, and people are being reminded of stories that paint Fox in a very negative light, sometimes said by other celebrities. I'm Mackenzie, and let's get into the celebrities who tried to warn us about Megan Fox, and make sure to subscribe if you're new here. In at number 5, Michael Bay. Michael Bay is the person who started Megan's career, but he also was responsible for briefly ending it too. Fox became well known for her role as Mikaela Banes in the 2007 film Transformers and the 2009 film Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen, both directed by Michael Bay. However, in 2009, she started a feud with Bay that got her fired from the massive franchise. During a 2009 interview with Wonderland magazine, she called him out for his behavior on set, saying, quote, "He's like Napoleon, and he wants to create this insane, infamous madman reputation. He wants to be like a dictator on his sets, and he is. So he's a nightmare to work for, but when you get him away from set and he's not in director mode, I kind of really enjoy his personality because he's so awkward, so hopelessly awkward. He has no social skills at all, and it's endearing to watch him. He's vulnerable and fragile in real life, and then on set he's a tyrant." And we know that he treated her badly while on set, but obviously this was not the right way to handle things and got her blacklisted from the business. And this obviously got her fired from the third film. Bay ended up addressing the situation with somewhat of an apology, responding to the claims saying, quote, "I know it's just Megan. Megan loves to get a response, and she does it in kind of the wrong way. I'm sorry, Megan. I'm sorry I made you work 12 hours. I'm sorry that I'm making you show up on time. Movies are not always warm and fuzzy." So here he's kind of calling her a spoiled brat of sorts. And at number 4, Transformers crew members. While Megan Fox was in a heated feud with director Michael Bay, 3 anonymous Transformers crew members wrote an open letter bashing Megan Fox. This letter was later published on Michael Bay's website, obviously supportive of the negative comments. In this letter, they call Fox, quote, "dumb as a rock, unprofessional, Miss Sour Pants, a grump, thankless, classless, graceless, and an unfriendly bitch." One portion of the letter called out her negative comments in interviews, as well as making multiple comments about her being an adult film star. If a letter like that were published today, whoever wrote it would be cancelled immediately. Megan denied the claims made in the letter, saying, quote, "I know that working with the Transformers crew was not that way with my crew. I loved my crew." Adding, quote, "It was an anonymous letter. It could be anyone. It could be somebody who worked at Cracker Barrel in Florida. Who knows who it is? It's not true. My crew knows it's not true. And my producers know it's not true," Megan told ABC News. Although the letter was outrageous, it did sway public opinion of Megan to be more negative than it already was at that time. In at number 3, Brian Austin Green. It seems that Brian Austin Green and Megan have not divorced on good terms. Fox and Green dated on and off for 6 years before tying the knot in June of 2010. They split in 2015 but got back together in 2016 and stayed together for a few years later. But ultimately, Megan filed for divorce again in 2020 and is now dating Machine Gun Kelly. But following their split, the drama seemed to mount. One source said about the split, quote, "Megan and Brian have taken a turn for the worse because Megan can be unpredictable and inconsistent, which is a big reason that they separated in the first place," a source told Us Weekly exclusively. Later adding, quote, "She can be very hot and cold, hard to keep track of, and difficult to deal with." But we didn't get more details on the actual issues. Megan also publicly slammed Green after he posted a photo with one of their kids on Halloween, with Megan publicly commenting on the photo, wondering why Green included their son Journey when he easily could have just cropped him out. Part of her comment on the post read, quote, "I had a great Halloween with them yesterday, and yet notice how absent they are from my social media. I know you love your kids, but I don't know why you can't stop using them to posture via Instagram. You're so intoxicated with feeding the pervasive narrative that I'm an absent mother, and you are the perennial, eternally dedicated dad of the year. You have them half the time." After that response, Green decided to take down the original photo and re-upload it cropped without their son in it. But many believe Megan overreacted to the situation. In at number 2, Tori Spelling. Tori Spelling seemed to defend her good friend, Brian Austin Green, against claims made by Megan that he was manipulative. Only days after Fox left the comment on Green's post, Tori posted a selfie to her Instagram with Green and Jenny Garth in it. The photo was from the set of Beverly Hills 90210 that is now being revived. In the long caption, Tori wrote in part, quote, "Grateful to be filming and creating new characters and stories, but there's nothing like home. When I think of my home, it's my OG zip code, my 90210 family. My heart lies with all of my brothers and sisters, but specifically Jennie Garth and Brian Austin Green. Adding later, quote, Brian would pull my pigtails on set, until this day can still push my buttons in the best of ways, because he knows me so well. We were just kids, but standing by these two for decades, I've watched them both grow into such amazing humans. We are all parents now, and Jen and Bri are the best parents I know. Honored to consider them my friends and brother and sister on this journey in life. I love you both. I always have, I always will. I don't think this post was intended to be against Megan, but by supporting Green, many felt that it was. And finally, number 1, Summer Rae. Summer Rae dated Machine Gun Kelly before Megan Fox, and she exposed that she believed that he cheated on her with Megan. Rae opened up on Impulsive, where she said that they dated for a few months, and that Coulson got with Megan before they had broken up. Summer said that she didn't sleep with Coulson during their relationship because he didn't pass her test. But, quote, I don't really feel bad saying that because he kind of cheated on me with Megan Fox, she said. Summer said she was invited to Puerto Rico, where Coulson was filming Midnight in the Switchgrass with Fox. Saying, quote, I waited in the hotel the whole time while he's filming with her and I'm not really thinking anything of it. I thought she was older and had kids and was married and stuff. Apparently, Coulson also didn't allow her to go to the set of the Bloody Valentine music video, which starred Fox, because of COVID restrictions. But she says that she doesn't hold a grudge and thinks that they actually make a cute couple. So thankfully she doesn't have any hard feelings, but I'm sure that wasn't fun to learn that she was being cheated on. However, she didn't confirm if Megan knew that Coulson was in a relationship at the time or not. So that's all for the video, guys. Let me know your thoughts below. Was there anyone that I missed on here? But before I go, I'm going to shout out some comments from my video on actors who were canceled this year. Professor Grandpa said, I think Anthony Mackie was making a joke. I tell my wife to make me a sandwich all the time as a joke, and I don't mean anything by it. People need to chill. I agree it was probably just an overblown joke, but it was definitely interesting to see. Like, I understand why there was a negative reaction. Then Jabbar said, the Hollywood industry is so full of crazy, interesting stories. Ain't that the truth? There's so many that we still haven't even covered on this channel. Then Danny said, there should be a statute of limitations when you complain. It seems like people wait for certain people to become famous just so they can complain about them later after the fact when they've looked like a good target. That's definitely interesting because, you know, these days people can just be clout chasers wanting clout or attention if they're exposing something negative about a celebrity. So I think that's definitely very interesting, and people do change. You know, we need to all remember that. Even in just a year or two, people can change pretty dramatically, so we just all have to keep that in mind. Alright guys, that's all for the video today. Thank you so much for sticking around if you made it all the way here. If you liked the video and want to see more, make sure to like and sub to the channel below. I've been your host, Mackenzie Smith. Make sure to check us out on social media, and I will catch you all in the next one.